and they said with you, no, no, no. So with that second point, you achieved that. I will say though, I felt that at certain points, you did effectively use the jokes, but I felt like you could have put in more details with your story in itself. You could have developed them more. Now for the third objective, did you deliver the jokes and stories smoothly and effectively? Again, great job with that. Throughout the whole speech, you started with various tones and whatnot. It didn't matter if it was low, if it was high. You said, no, no, Noah, young stallion Alex, not a damn thing. You changed your voice throughout. Not every joke had the same exact pitch. Not every joke had the same exact tone. You essentially displayed vocal variety. But however, I will say at the beginning of the speech itself, I felt that it started off as a serious speech rather than the humor speech that I felt like it should have been. And you did save it though, because in the end it was a humor speech and you did a great job. But overall, Alex, great job with the speech. Just work on those couple of few things right there and it'll be much better. Thanks.
Now as a fourth evaluator, can you please come to the stage?
Alright, so before most of y'all came in here, it was a few kids who were watching Zack write his pocket speech. And he pretty much was just writing some like keywords that he wanted to get down. And when he read it out loud, none of us thought it was a real speech. Because none of it sounded like it should have been put together. But when he came up here and he gave that speech, it was great. He got up here and he starts taking off his clothes and everyone was like, where's this going? Zack, please. But it all came together, which was the important thing. He managed to show you that he is abnormal and that you want to also be abnormal, just like Zack. And after Zack gave his speech, I was also ready to take off my shoes and be abnormal, because that's just how great of a speaker Zack is. As far as the content of the speech went, I thought it flowed really well. It seemed to kind of move along very quickly and very nicely. When you started talking about Lady Gaga, I almost got nervous for a second because I thought it was going to take a step back and it was going to say, you know, maybe there's a limit to how abnormal you can be. But you managed to kind of turn that into kind of how to be abnormal in a successful way, which was interesting to hear, and it was different than where I thought it was going to go. You did a good job. You always seem to move around and make eye contact with lots of people, which I think is really important, and it makes the speech a lot more effective. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say against what you did. I thought you did a really good job for it being a pocket speech and all that. So, yeah.
So now I'd like the grammarian to go ahead and stand up and give their report. Do you want to help with this? It's up to you, whatever you feel like.
Okay, so if I don't mention you, that's because I skipped it over you or ignoring you, because there's nothing bad and you did a good job. So start off with Zack. I was not the grammarian at the time, but I still noticed this. You were mentioning multiple nouns. You said which is, but being that there's multiple, you should say which are. And there's one thing that could be changed. Say, you said let's give 30 seconds to evaluate. I think let's take 30 seconds might work better, but it's a really minor thing. Lastly, you said your speech is called weird. I was going to say it should be my speech is titled weird, but I agree with you. Your speech I would call weird. And Fahim, you started off while you were doing the SAA thing. You said sucks to suck. I would not use that phrase in Toastmasters or any professional setting ever. And you said about peoples that there is a time that's grammatically correct, but it's very hard to find a time like that. It should be of all people in that case. And lastly, you used, I don't want to get into the all counters role here, but you used some filler phrases as incomplete sentences. It wasn't tying two parts of the sentence, it was just on its own. But you did have a good rhyming scheme for your speech. I liked the way you played with the words. Hey, Tyler, there's only one thing. In one sentence, you cut yourself off mid-sentence and just went on to your next thought, and then you go back to it. Just a little thing. You must have just forgot what you're trying to say there. I don't know. Alex, this Alex, yes. You said in one case it didn't work out like I wanted to. It should be wanted it to. Though it doesn't. It's a thing that I noticed because I was supposed to notice. It wasn't major. And I really love the vocab you used. I'm sure if I didn't know the word of the day, you would have worked it in somewhere. And Nasir, you had just a few run-ons when you were talking, but it's typical for table topics anyway. And that's it for my report.
I think one day we need to have the word of the day, and then we need to have somebody count it the whole time and give it an award if he says it the most. So whoever the owl counter is, can you please come up to the stage? Or, yeah, owl counter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? Let's start with the minor offenders. We've got 2 uhs for both of the Tylers. We've got 3 ums from Jeremiah. Nasir got 2 ums and a like. Jiten got 2 ums. Ikra got 1 Zack, one of our best speakers. You've got 2 ums, basically. A few pauses. And I couldn't help but catch out one mistake when you said she had a transformation sometime soon. Recently, I think, would have been the more appropriate word. Fahim. You've got 2 likes, 3 uhs, 2 to 3 pauses, and 8 you knows. Some words you would never expect to be a filler, and yet we all choose our own fillers. So I think it's important to know what those are, even if they're just a pause. And finally, last but not least, I definitely had 2 uhs as well. So I am just as guilty, but that's that. Thank you, guys.
So first of all, it's been a while since Zack's been Toastmaster, am I right? Did a great job. We have 10 minutes left, and I think all we have to do left is assign roles, so really good on timing. Let me go ahead and start with you, though, and evaluate a little bit more. For your Toastmaster role, I did notice on the sheets themselves that they were a little messed up a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty good. Now for the evaluators themselves, what I really like today is their specificity, and why I say that is because each evaluator says something very, very specific about the speakers that they could improve on, or that they noticed in general. I felt very specific. I thought that was really good, and that's really why we're here, guys, is to become better speakers. So really good evaluations are what we definitely need to get better. Now, I want to say for the grammarian and odd counter role, I thought that was definitely a lot better too than most of the time, because I think sometimes in the grammarian role you're gonna like just say, oh, you did decent or you did good or whatever, but you don't really know the specific stuff. And then the counter as well had really good stuff like that too. So now as far as the speakers themselves, I thought you did very well. Everyone seemed really prepared and did such a great job. Go ahead and clap for all the speakers. They put in a lot of work. So overall, I think it's been a great meeting. We have a lot of people here today, and I think it was run very well. So thanks again, Zach.
So, let's see, to wrap it up, we need the timers report for the evaluators.
Evaluators, everybody was in time with evaluator 1, Jiten, and evaluator 4, Kierin, with the 30-second leeway.
Alright, so if you guys could vote for best evaluator. Oh, and also, I need to apologize, I didn't ask for the timers report for the speakers. So, all those ballots will be valid, but can you give us the timers report for the speakers as well?
Everybody was in time.
Alright. While he's collecting the ballots and the rest of them, I'll just give my evaluation on the meeting before calling Alex up to wrap up the meeting. Well, I thought the meeting went over great, considering a lot of us did a lot of rolls last minute. But I do apologize. I get the speeches wrong with the titles. Printing before saving is always a bad idea. All right. But even with that faux pas, we did an amazing job with this meeting. So, to wrap everything up, welcome to the stage, Alex Mathews.
Thank you, Zach. We've had a great meeting today. Any new guests? I think Alex Garrett. Would you stand up, tell us your name, how you heard about us, and what you thought of the meeting today?
My name's Alex Kierin, still majoring in political science and history. I originally heard about Toastmasters through a friend, ML, Rupvik ML, and I had forgotten about it until in my darkest moments. I was walking in the middle of the night, doing lots of homework, and I saw a Toastmaster sign in the MLC. I texted Alex in the dead of night, and he responded in the morning. Here I am.
Thank you, Mr. Turtle. Are you a Toastmaster?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
I just
please,
got out of that.
please come over here. Tell us your name.
Same way, Alex.
And what you thought of us today.
What letters it down?
Tell your name.
Okay. I'm Srinity Hoda. I'm a postbachelorette at UGA. Yeah, very simple. I'm in the prep program, work in cell biology department with Dr. DeCampo. And I heard about the Toastmaster from someone in Massachusetts, actually. I was told to join like 2 years ago, but didn't really have the time. I didn't know where they met in Massachusetts, but then I heard about it that UGA has one, so.
Thank you, Sonny. Better late than never. Yes? Sir, please stand up, tell us your name and what you thought.
I'm Kyle. This is actually my third time being a guest here, and I'm going to pay to become a member today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, can't wait to start doing speeches and everything.
Awesome. Thanks, Kyle. Okay, before we bring up our VPE for roll sign-up, I have a few announcements. Wednesday, 2 days, we have a table topic session. So it's our first table topic session, and it'll last an hour, and it'll just be question after question after question for an hour. So we get to focus on just table topics so we can prepare for the bigger meetings like tonight. elections and new member induction are also coming up in a few weeks. More news about that on the Facebook group and on the role sign-up sheet on the Google Drive. If you don't have a mentor and want one or need some more information, message me or another officer. We'll find you the information or have a mentor. With that being said, Tyler Chan to stage.
All right, so we will sign up roles for next week. Also gonna warn people who are in management, we have a test next Monday during Toastmasters, so watch out for that. All right, so right now we have some roles already signed up. We have all the speaker roles signed up. We have these and the dancing.
How am I not finding out about like speakers are already putting up?
I mean,
Singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And then we have Enrique, and then Jessica, and then Alex. For next week, next Monday.
The 20?
The 20th.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then we have Jeremiah as one of the evaluators. And now we need 3 more evaluators. So who wants to be an evaluator? Tyler, again.
I'll take about it.
Alright, so that's Zack, Austin, okay, and then we need a Toastmaster.
Not doing that, man.
Actually, can I switch roles? Yes. Oh, it's a Toastmaster? Alright. Try it. Alright, sweet.
Let me know, show me what I need to do.
Alright, sounds good. And then we need another evaluator now. So if we'd like the 4th.
Jessica does.
I would evaluate
She's
myself.
speaking.
Why don't you go?
But like she wants to flip
Our Fahim.
Yeah, I guess it's me.
And then we need a general evaluator. Go. Alright. So we need Grammarian, All-Counter, and Timer. Kyle, you've been here for a while. Do you want to do Grammarian, Timer, or All-Counter?
Yeah, I can do
Okay, sounds good. Alright, and then we need Timer and Grammarian.
I can do time.
Timer, okay. Jiten, you want to do Grammarian?
I'm starting to correct my own English.
No, like with Grammarian, like if you see, I guess C clause and all that stuff.
Sure.
Your English is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Better
Tyler, week's off